Hello, this is Terry and welcome back to Blade Whisperer. Today we're going to do an unboxing and review of what I guarantee you will be the most inexpensive knife that you will see on this channel. But you will see this more than once, so we're going to get things started with it. And this is from Dollar Tree. It is a 7.5-inch Santoku knife. So without any further ado, we're going to get to unboxing this thing, getting its details out, and putting it through some tests. Okay, I've already got the packaging torn here, so it'll be easy to get it out. I'm just going to pull that knife right out of the package, set the packaging aside. We've got some reliefs on the side of the blade, assumably to keep food from sticking as you're slicing, or that is the intent. Now we're going to grab the scale, set it out here, and we're going to go grams. Looks like 10.7. 10.7 is what we're reading on that. And we'll set that aside. Going to move the sharpness tester out into our field of view here. Turn that thing. We're going to put a fresh clip in. There we go. Now we're going to see just how sharp this Dollar Tree knife is as it comes out of the package. Alright, we're going to be careful as to try and have a slow, steady pressure so we can get an accurate reading. Pushing down, down, down. We got a 557. Not real good for the Dollar Tree knife. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Try one more time. Reset the scale. 557 the first time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push down slowly, and we got a 538. I think we can very easily say we're about 540 without doing any more testing. So now we're going to move on to the next item. So just real quick before I move on, I did misspeak slightly when I weighed it. I said 10.7. It was actually 107 grams. So a little over 3 ounces, somewhere in there. But now we're going to move on to the next thing. When you're dealing with a kitchen knife, the most damaging thing most kitchen knives are going to encounter in their life is going to be your cutting board. Now I'm not going to use a cutting board. I've got a 2x6 here, and that's going to serve as our cutting board. And we're going to run this thing 100 passes on this cutting board. And if you tune into future videos, I've got an automated solution for this, but right now we're going to do it the old-fashioned manual way, so I will fast forward through this. But here we go with 100 passes on the cutting board. Okay, there you go. It's been 100 passes on the cutting board. Now we're going to bring the sharpness tester back over here, and we're going to see just how much of its non-existent edge that it lost. Okay, we've got the sharpness tester back out, and we're going to take the Dollar Tree Santoku knife out, and we're going to see what it looks like now. We're going to move down very slowly here. Let's reset the scale. And as we move down, 473. 473, that's a little bit better than before we ran it on the 2x6. Let's give it one more shot. Clear that out. And move down nice and easy. 460. So there you go. If you buy a knife at the Dollar Tree, it looks like the best thing you can do for its edge is run it on a 2x6 about 100 times. Well, let's move on and let's see what all these things mean and what we're going to do next. Thank you.
Okay, now we're over at the microscope and we're going to get a close look at the edge on our Dollar Tree knife.
As you can see, we've got grind marks that are pretty much straight up and down a fairly ragged looking edge. And there's a twist in it right there. So that is a pretty good explanation for the results we saw in the sharpness test earlier. Now my question is, how much can we improve on that? Okay, what we have to do here is we have to see how much we can improve upon that sharpness of that knife. Yeah, it's a $1.25 knife, but every blade has something to say, and I think we can get this one to talk a little bit better story than what it did earlier. I'm not going to go through the entire sharpening process because I don't want to take that long in this video. If at some point you'd like to see a start to finish sharpening, we can do that, maybe a live stream where we can have comments and everything going along with it. But I'm not gonna go through the whole process right here. But I will go through the steps, and then I'll skip ahead and finish, and we'll see how it turns out. So we're going to start. One of my favorite stones to start with is a Sharpall double-sided diamond stone. It's got a coarse side of 325 and an extra fine side of 1200. Actually, if you could only buy one stone, I would ask that you buy that one. Pardon the lawnmower noise out there. It's a good day for the lawn to be mowed, and the condo workers are busy making the place look beautiful. But so we're going to start with the 325 side, and we're going to reprofile this edge. We're going to get a nice burr on it, and then we're going to switch to the 1200 grit side, and that may be where we stop for this one, but I'll come back to you after I'm done with the 325. Okay, we've got it as far as we're going to go on the 325. You can't see it now, but we've got a nice burr started, and got a little bit better edge profile. We're going to go ahead and flip it over to the 1200 side, and I'm going to work on that for a while, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, we're back. We've ran it, gotten that burr off, and kind of honed it down with the 1200 side, and we're just going to run it over a strop real quick a couple of times, and then we're going to bring the sharpness tester out and see where we're at. So we just want to, I've got the rough side of my strop out here, and we're just going to run it over a couple of times here, both directions. Again, we didn't get into any of the other stones, just that 320 and the 1200. And then we're just going to strop it a couple of times on the rough side of my strop. Put it on the fingernail, and she sticks. So let's bring out the sharpness tester and see where we're at. Get a fresh clip. So you got to remember, before we were at 540, and then we ran it over the 2x8 multiple times, 100 times, and that got us to a 493. So what that means as far as the numbers go, anything over a 400 indicates an edge that is damaged or needs maintenance. So it was damaged out of the packaging. So where do we stand now? So we're going to set it up here on the fulcrum. We're going to slowly press down, and we dropped it an even 200. Again, to be fair, I'm not trying to skew any results here. I'm trying to use even, steady pressure to give an accurate reading. And we're going to do it again. And we got a 214. So 200 to 214 after simply running it on a 320 and a 1200 grit diamond and a couple of passes on the strop. That puts us somewhere around the area of a utility razor blade and sharper than your average high-end, new high-end cutlery edge. Granted, it is a Dollar Tree knife. It will probably not hold that edge, and we will test that later. But I just wanted to show you that with very little work, you can bring even a $1.25 knife to a better spot. I'll be back to wrap this up in just a second.
So I just wanted to bring it back to the microscope before I wrapped it up and take a look at what the edge looks like now. If you can remember before, we had pretty much straight up and down, really thick scratch patterns. Now we've got a nice angle on our scratch patterns, and they are significantly smaller. That edge could be refined. It's still kind of a little bit of a toothy edge, but for a kitchen knife, especially for one like this, that's not a bad thing. We got it down in the 200s to 214. So, and I think we got a much more respectable edge. Like I said, it's yet to be seen how long that's going to last, but I did want to give you a look at what it looks like now.
Well, there you have it. We're done with the Dollar Tree 125 knife. I do want to say that I did purchase this with my own money. I'm in no way sponsored by Dollar Tree. It was my $1.25. Anyway, so we've shown that you can take a $1.25 knife and with very little work, we can give it an edge. And we've shown kind of the platform and the format that I plan on taking with a lot of my videos. You'll see some more interesting knives, and I'd like to hear from you. Please leave comments below. Let me know what kind of knives, what kind of sharpening equipment, what kind of tests you'd like to see. So until then, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of the sharp new content. Again, this is Blade Whisperer. I'm Terry. And until next time, stay sharp and listen to what the blades are saying.